what I'm going to do is I'm putting my leg right up here. What am I going to do? That's what it looks like. I'm not. So, and this, it always helps you get the guy bent over again like this, keep the pressure on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this leg right there, kick him in the knee, you know, and instead of going back, what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive my head that way. So I'm going to go. What the hell? He's grabbing your leg.
See there?
He touched my foot. No, dude, you grabbed his leg. Still good. Now that one where you had a man who was kind of stuck with his leg across the chest, it would be a mile to get this leg around. But I was like, man, we're pretty close, but it's so far away still. It's like behind the whole limb and the head. Like I just told you, that much more left and I moved while I pulled it in. Oh, Matt.
Yeah, say Matt.
They just got back.
Right?
That's a Michigan kid? What? Okay, so Derek, what you're doing, you're getting a 2-on-1 tie up there off Tony's near side. Now, when you do that, now, what's your next step? Is it with your leg or with your arm? Where do you go from here?
If we're doing it Greg's way, we're coming across and we're catching the FLA.
Okay.
And then we chop that leg in there. Okay.
And that kind of isolates it when you put your leg across.
Yeah.
Stand up for a second, Tony. Just see how, and lift your arm up so that everybody can see your leg. See that? It's coming across really the line of his belt line, kind of across that area there, isn't it? Okay?
It helps when we get on the back side of this throw to have it right across his belt line. I don't want it down too far like a easy move or something like that. I want it right up there on the top of the thigh so that I can flip him over backwards as I roll sideways.
Okay. So then you'll just come in, you'll do a forward roll with your right shoulder. You'll come rolling in, okay?
Tuck this outside shoulder here in, and I'm going to pull and kick on the back side. And over he goes.
Right. Okay.
Break it off. He's already got a lapel grip. I'm going to work for the disengage. Break that grip. And immediately pull across your chest and suck it in nice and tight. Try and get your hand on the bicep and the other one just above the wrist so that you can collapse it in nice and tight. If I stay with it straight, it's easier for him to pull.
Yeah, you don't have it. He's gone. Right. He's gone. Yeah.
So it locks in nice and tight. Chop that foot up there immediately, and I'm going to dip my shoulder and roll through. And the important part is really keep this tight on your chest as we roll through, because I'm going to use that to torque him through. The leg and the pull on his shoulder is going to help pull through. So we roll through, pull, drag one leg back.
Now you also did it, as Greg was instructing earlier. Greg, your input on it too, if you would. When you were coming around, you got the 2-on-1 tie-up. You came over and got that back grip.
Correct.
And correct the far shoulder then.
Yep.
So like Greg said, great epaulette right there. I like that. I'm going to use that a lot more. So he's got a nice bag there no matter how tight his gi is. Grab him, grab. Don't try and grab straight off the back. Grab the back of the shoulder, get a good grip on it, and then you've got some
And that back arm really whips him around when you do the dive.
You can kind of tell just pulling your opponent around when he's standing.
Right, but in this case, you're going to be rolling over a different direction. Yeah.
So chop that leg in there. Again, keep this wrist and forearm close to my body. Dip in on the shoulder and pull hard.
Now, Greg, could you show here also, show with Derek there and Tony, on when he's dipping that leg across, when he's coming across that leg across the midsection there, the thigh, or the belt line, I should say. Can you kind of show us exactly where that should be, and this is the most optimal way?
Like I said, in my opinion, right across that belt line, and so
Tony, stand up just a second. See that right across there?
You don't want to do it low, because you're not going to get the sweeping action you need. So right across that belt line, and then when Derek does that roll, that leg kind of sweeps back. You're kind of...
It's like a whipping action.
It's a lower body motion too. That leg is just kind of pulling your opponent around.
So for our judo watchers, you know, in the audience, it could be almost an Guruma type situation there. But in this case, it's not Guruma. It's a rolling forward throw, strictly out of Sambo. Comes from a. Can you go ahead and finish the roll then? And as Greg says, that leg across the front of the body helps whip it over, I guess.
Yeah,
as you're pulling them.
Kind of pushing as you roll back and look that way. The natural bend of your body is going to move your leg towards the roll. And then as he lands, then you just chop straight down. And that gets you extra.
Good.
Well, you get control, and if not the arm lock, at least you got good control.
Right. You do it one more time, and then we'll let you guys just practice.
Now in the case where if Derek didn't have leg control, now he's got a fight on his hand. All he has to do is turn in, and now he's got problems.
Yeah, but that leg across that front thigh area really stops, keeps him down. Right.
It adds to the finish too. So if Tony was there, so I was going over this with Tony earlier. So if I'm bridging up into this, he can move his hips to get out of it, right? Now, he's got limited range.
Or even more so, when you threw him, you had it even across the other side too. Yeah, you blocked him there.
That's actually the best scenario, but you don't get it all the time.
Yeah.
The leg across both legs is the best scenario, but in the realism of a fight, sometimes you just don't get it. So sometimes you have to settle for in between.
And what you'll do then, you've got that bent arm lock. This is what we're shooting for here. See how the tie up of the arms, and you just arch and
hip up a little, and it's done.
And it cranks that arm, right? Okay, so finishes do a nice. Again, in Sambo, we like to finish. We like to have an end result, a total package after we throw. We want to have something. We want to have something there to make them tap out.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to get total victory on this throw in Sambo.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct. So you better finish them.
You better go to the finish.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.